Hello and welcome to ONTV's first ever coverage of Michigan High School Hockey Pre-Regional Championship game. Tonight, the Lake Orion Dragons take on the Bobcats of Grand Blanc in a rematch of last year's pre-regional final. As you may recall, it was the Bobcats that handed Lake Orion its unceremonious exit from the regional playoffs with a 3-2 overtime victory over the Dragons just 1 year ago. As you can imagine, these Dragons are certainly looking to avenge that painful loss and, more importantly, advance to Saturday's regional final. And it all happens here tonight on ONTV. We are standing here live at Detroit Skating Club. I'm Craig Stockwell, along with my partner Larry Rosen, to call all of tonight's high school playoff hockey action. And Larry, what do you think about the matchup tonight?
Well, thanks a lot for being here, Craig. And there's nothing better than playoff hockey, high school hockey here at the Detroit Skating Club. It's going to be a great game, a rematch, a lot of emotion. Dragons got a lot to prove. They beat Grand Blanc earlier in the year, but that game means nothing. It should be a great game tonight, Craig.
Absolutely. Exciting time of year and one and done time in high school hockey, and it doesn't get any more exciting than that. So with that, what do the Dragons need to do to have success and move on to the regional finals on Saturday?
Well, like always, strong team defense, Craig. They got to play great D. They got, and transition the puck forward up in the offensive zone. Take advantage of scoring chances would be the second most important thing. And one thing is the offense in Grand Blanc runs through one guy, number 66, Jack Cleary. They're going to have to take care and know where that guy is every time he steps on the ice, and he logs a lot of time.
Absolutely. I seem to recall in early December facing this team, and I'm not sure he took a water break in the second and third period. He was pretty wore out by the time that game ended.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Craig. He gets a lot of ice time, and Dragons are going to have to know where he is.
Absolutely. And what else do they need to look for?
Well, the Dragons, really, it's a strong defense. They got to play tight in their own zone and not turn the puck over. And when they do get the puck in the offensive zone, capitalize on those opportunities and win the special teams battle. Score goals on special teams on the power play.
Right, absolutely. And clearly, Mr. Clary is the guy to look out for, right, for Grand Blanc.
Yeah, number 66 for Grand Blanc, he's the guy you got to look out for. He's the guy they run their offense through. He's on the ice all the time. The Dragons' key guy, that's Zach Line. Stop him. Zach's got to stop Cleary. Zach against Jack. That's what it is. Absolutely,
and I think you're absolutely right there. The back end for the Dragons aren't going to stop him on their own, but certainly that top defensive pairing of Strauss and Line definitely have their hands full, and they need to account for him at all times.
Yep, and home team advantage will help Coach Fields in that regard, getting the right matchups. But the power plays and those kind of things. Hopefully the Dragons can persevere and come out of here with a win and go on to the regional.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like we're about to get started here at Detroit Skating Club, so we're going to step away briefly, and we'll be right back with first period action. Thank you for watching Lake Orion Dragons hockey on ONTV.
Celebrate the first day of spring and bring your family to Orion Township's Growing Green Expo, featuring local vendors offering green products, services, and information. Learn about greening your home and improving your lawn and garden. Pick up information on energy efficiency and conservation. Take part in hands-on activities. Drop off your used batteries, light bulbs, scrap metal, and electronics for recycling. Bring in documents for shredding. Donate old eyeglasses and hearing aids. The event and parking are free to the public. The Growing Green Expo takes place on Wednesday, March 19th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Orion Center, located at 1335 Joslin Road. For more information, visit oriontownship.org or call 248-391-0304, extension 306.
Well, welcome back to Detroit Skating Club for tonight's high school playoff hockey game between Lake Orion Dragons and the Grand Blanc Bobcats. We're about to do our starting lineups for tonight's game, and starting with the visiting Grand Blanc Bobcats, I believe, as our public address announcer explains the rules of high school hockey tonight.
There you go. Well, thanks, Craig. Starting for Grand Blanc tonight, number 8, forward Tyler Sutton. Also at forward, number 83, Luke Devereaux. And, of course, there's centerman number 66, Jack Cleary, one of the players to watch. On D tonight, you got Foster Gran, and the other defenseman, number 14, Andy Molzan. And in net tonight, the bully, Spencer Bully.
Well, hopefully we won't get bullied tonight. But, well, as the Grand Blanc players come out, Larry, as we discussed before, pretty exciting hockey game the first time these guys played in December. A little back and forth. Grand Blanc got up early, I think 2-0.
Yep.
We got a goal to get a little energy into the Dragons, and Lake Orion was able to kind of pile on and hang on in the end for a 6-4 victory.
Yeah, that was that's right. There was some good goaltending in that game as well. The other goalie for Grand Blanc did play, but tonight we're going to see Mr. Bully. But I think it's going to be a good game, evenly matched. Let's see who the Dragons are starting tonight, and should be an awesome game.
All right, thank you, Larry. And for the Lake Orion Dragons, starting on defense, number 15, Jordan Strauss. Starting at left wing, number 16, Ryan Sedlowski. Starting at right wing, number 18, Drew Casey. And starting at center, number 22, Connor Mesta. Starting on defense, number 19, and alternate captain, Zach Line. The player we said to look out for. I guess I went in reverse order there, but that's all good. And then Logan Aldridge between the pipes. Not sure I even had to introduce him. I think everybody's pretty used to seeing him in the cage.
Yep, he's played a lot in that net. The other pre-regional game, he was able to get out early, and the backup was able to take over. So here we go for this national anthem.
Please, good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you stand. The privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us honor and respect their efforts and our country by, gentlemen, removing your caps, and everyone standing at attention, placing your hands over your hearts as we proudly play our national anthem. The officials for tonight's game, referee Mike Elder, referee Norm Kowalski.
All right, now after a little bit of patriotism there, we're about ready to face it off here at Detroit Skating Club, the home of 1998 Olympic champion Tara Lipinski, training home, and also at one point the training home of the ice dancing couple, Merrill Davis and Charlie White. Gold medal winners in Sochi just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, there's their banner from 2011 and 2013, so not a bad place to be watching a playoff hockey game.
No, not at all. I know they finished up their training over at the Arctic Edge there in Canton, which we're very familiar with. Played a few hockey games there.
Yeah, yep, good place to play, nice rink. But this should be fun tonight, Craig. And for these guys, it might be either team the last game of the year. wouldn't mind throwing out the names of the guys from Orion that are still playing hockey. First and foremost, Adam Chappie, second leading scorer for UMass Lowell Division I in Hockey East. Not a bad product of Lake Orion. You got your son up at Michigan State. You got Nick Balovich playing in Cleveland. You got my son Dylan playing up in Northern Canada. Last year's captain is playing up in Central Michigan.
You got Corbin Rainey at Grand Valley.
Yeah, they're kind of everywhere. It's kind of nice.
Well, I'll tell you, it's funny you say that. We're about to drop the puck here, but this atmosphere tonight is kind of the most exciting, I think, Dragons hockey game since maybe that regional final a couple years ago at Mount Clemens didn't turn out that well for the Dragons, but it was a heck of a hockey game.
Yeah, it sure was. It was one of the best, most well-attended hockey games you'll ever see in high school hockey in this state.
Sidlowski to the middle, shoots. Oh, and the goalie just gets a piece of it and up into the netting. We'll have an offensive zone face-off. Good first shift by the Dragons and a quality scoring shot chance right off the go. Yeah,
it was a real good chance right off, that's a face-off win at center ice to open the game, and caught Grand Blanc a little flat-footed.
Mesta wins it back again to Casey, and he's going to throw it into the corner. Didn't look like. Oh, and a point blank. Pass from behind the net from Mesta to Casey, and a point-blank opportunity. Two good scoring chances on the opening shift here for the Dragons. And looks like Strauss got tied up with Grand Blanc player there, and Mesta's going to come back to regroup for the Dragons. Moves it ahead, gets thrown in deep. Oh, and Casey's in. Oh, and he can't handle it.
Pretty interesting strategy here, Craig, by Grand Blanc. Taking the early line change and changing the matchup for number 66, Jack Cleary, and keeping him away from number 19, Zach Line.
Yep, absolutely. That is definitely something to watch for. He's certainly out on the ice now as the second line here for the Dragons of Kirchner, Guywa, and Chappie are on the ice. Well, the thing about it is you just need to be able to account for him and know where he's at all times.
Yep, and he's not. I don't think he's going to have a lot of space tonight. I think Coach Fields probably cooked up a little recipe for Cleary stoppage here.
And the Grand Blanc number 18 can't quite handle it as he trips over the blue line. Puck moves ahead for Kirchner. He's going to take a shot, and he fans on the shot. He's battling in the corner now with a little support from Guywa. There's Bach and Gronowski now on the back end for the Dragons. And here comes 66, tries the centering pass, broken up by Defoe, and Gronowski will go back and gather for the Dragons. Defoe kicks it ahead for Gould coming out of the neutral zone, but Grand Blanc gets the puck. And once again, 66 settles it for Grand Blanc and throws it in deep. They're going to change. 79 in on the forecheck. Bach beats him to the puck over to his partner, Gronowski. Gronowski looking ahead, but he loses control of the puck. Stockwell now over to Gould. Throws it in deep into the corner. Defoe and Chase. Like this forecheck style of Mr. Defoe.
Yeah, working really hard.
Definitely need to see more of that tonight.
Nifty little boards pass there by Line, Craig.
Defoe tries it to the middle. Gould can't handle. Stockwell over to Gould. Little backhand, doesn't get through. 14 clears it for Grand Blanc, and back to the senior defenseman Line over to Strauss. Strauss tries to move it ahead, but it's going to be gathered by Grand Blanc as they regroup, and it looks like they're going to ice it, but they wave it off. Looks like Strauss got a piece of that. Strauss tries it, reverses it back, and over to Sidlowski. He can't handle it. Little floater into the goaltender Aldridge, who will gather that, and we'll take a face-off just to his left. Well, the Dragons come out in their now familiar Winter Classic jerseys.
Yeah, I think they're wearing them so much they might be turning yellow soon.
Those jerseys are fantastic. And hopefully they play to the level that we expect in them. But so far, so good. Good start for the Dragons. Oh, good centering pass by Grand Blanc, but the defenseman's able to knock it to the corner. I didn't see who got cleared that puck. But
that would be Strauss.
Nice
Strauss put a nice clear in, a nice hit on the man in front. He cleared the body instead of the puck, which was what you like to see out of your captain, senior defenseman.
Yep, 66 back on the ice now for Grand Blanc. Line now with the puck. Looks ahead. He's got Casey up the middle. Doesn't get through as number 2 steps in front of it. Makes a nice play by the defenseman for Grand Blanc. Now 66 with a shot on the ice. Tries to get his own rebound but can't. Nice save, kicked aside by Mr. Aldrich. And 54 makes a pretty good play on Mr. Casey to play the body and take him off the puck.
Sure does. There's an interference penalty play that number 8 just got away with on Sidlowski, upending him in the offensive zone with the puck nowhere nearby.
And imagine that your good buddy let that one go.
Norm, the head of officials. You gotta love it. That's an example you want to set.
Well, tick for tack, because I think the Dragons just got away with one.
Yeah,
there.
Kirchner just got away with the hold in the neutral zone. Wrapped the guy up, hauled him down. Kind of looked like a defensive back there, Craig.
Well, you can't always tell from the first couple of shots, but if you want to gauge the shots that we've seen so far from Grand Blanc, looks like they're going to test Aldrich low. It looks like they might be trying to go 5-hole on him, as first couple of good scoring chances, or at least good shots, have been down the ice.
Yeah, and they look like they're just putting the puck on the net. I think it looks like that's their plan. Get some rubber at Aldrich and see how he handles it and see where the rebounds come.
Definitely. Guywa cycling back for Kirchner, back for Guywa. Now you got Brisky out here with the Guywa-Kirchner line. And on the back end, you've got DePry and Grebe. Scoring chances off to the side of the net, but never really got to the front. DePry's going to shoot. Loose in front. Deflected. Kicked into the corner.
That was deflected wide, Craig, by the goaltender. A really nice shot.
Brisky brings it back. A little too hot to handle for DePry as he throws it back into the corner. And the Dragons are going to clear the zone and get back in there on a forecheck. Thought they might change there, Larry.
Well, here we go.
They're going to change now.
Here's your line change now. You can see 66 going to be coming out for Grand Blanc because he's been on the bench for about 12.5 seconds.
Well, you got your, they probably got the lineup or the matchup they're looking for here. This line needs to take care of the puck. Stockwell moves it ahead to Gould. Can't handle the pass. Back in now, and Bach hits Gould up the middle, and once again can't handle that pass. Got to catch those passes when you get into the open and have those opportunities, Larry.
Yeah, they've had a couple opportunities in open ice here, but it seems to be bouncing a little bit early, Craig. But Dragons are playing pretty solid D right now and making good decisions so far. So let's see how she goes.
Yeah, it looks like Grand Blanc's happy to play dump and chase hockey as 66 threw that in to start that offensive sequence for the Bobcats. Now coming out with the puck is Bach, throws it ahead to Stockwell, cuts to the middle, gets by number 8 for Grand Blanc, takes it into the corner, throws a backhander toward the net where Defoe is waiting on the other side, tries to throw it in deep, and it pops it up right up into the net. And somebody nudged Norm and woke him up over there so he could blow the whistle.
Yeah, that's Norm's been at this a long time. It's, I'm
thinking he lost sight of the puck.
What time does he got to get back to the home?
You got your top line out here for the Dragons. Sidlowski, quick shot, scores! Bouncing puck. Looks like it got deflected, Larry, by number 5, the defenseman, off his stick. And that's a planned play in the offensive zone. We've seen it a lot. As a matter of fact, Ryan scored on a very similar play the other night.
Well, it's what we talk about. Tonight we didn't put it in the keys tonight, Craig, but you can't emphasize enough about winning a face-off. Any face-off, offensive zone, neutral zone. Clean face-off win. You get a scoring opportunity, deflected puck, 1-0 Dragons. Win the draws, and you get possession of the puck.
Definitely. Casey and Mesta chase 33 behind the net. And he's going to get sat down by Mr. Line. Puck comes around now for Strauss, who has some speed and help. Nice bounce, nice pass off the wall to Mesta. He's got options back for Sidlowski, and he fans on a one-timer. Boy, it was a nice little play there by the Dragons.
Yeah, it was a great play.
Just couldn't finish.
It was a great play, and it's one of those things where you see all that open ice, you see that spot in the net, and your head comes up, and you forget about the puck. And even on the miss by Sidlowski, they almost picked up the loose puck and got a good shot. But outstanding transitional play right out of the defensive zone. Started with the big hit by Line in the faceoff circle.
Absolutely. Well, face-off at center ice here as the puck went into the Grand Blanc bench. Grand Blanc wins the face-off now. Back around. They try to gain the zone here and can't, and the Dragons are going to come out the other way. Another chip off the boards, and Chappie's got it. He circles back. Good play. Good decision. DePry with a shot. Got pretty good wood on that one, and the goaltender had a little trouble handling it. Couldn't hold on. But here comes number 66, and Grieve does a nice job of stepping in front of him.
He does, and this is the matchup Grand Blanc wants out here with this defensive pair against Cleary. But we'll see if Coach Field makes a line change here.
Well, and it looked like he struggled a little bit. Logan Aldrich was able to gather that one and cover it up and take the face off instead of fighting that loose puck in front of the net. And the Dragons are able to control on that. It was almost like a secondary face-off win there. Guywa with a quick shot, hits a skate off to the corner. Kirshner battling with the Grand Blanc player, and I'm not sure what we're calling here.
We're getting a trip on Grand Blanc, it appears, Craig.
I didn't see a trip.
I think it must have been away from the play because it wasn't along the boards. It might have been in front of the net. I didn't see it. The big fella is getting a tripping for Grand Blanc, number 54. Ross Whitehead is going to the sin bin.
Yeah, I don't know. If that was a trip, I didn't see it. It was away from the play because what I watched going into the corner, there was no trip. Nets off the mooring.
Another clean face-off win by the Dragons.
That net came off a lot the other night, so I don't know if they got some problems with the pegs or what the issue is, but that's pretty fortunate timing for the goaltender to take the net off when a clear face-off win like that and someone's cutting to the net.
Yeah, and especially when it's number 16, Ryan Sidlowski.
Well, looks like we're having some clock issues once again with the Clarkston crew.
Well, that was one of the, I forgot to mention, it was one of the, we have a pre-done script here, and I was going to implement that as one of the keys to the game.
Getting the clock operated properly.
But
I think we skated for a bit, and now we have, not only do we still have 2 minutes on the penalty clock, we have two 2-minute penalties on the penalty clock.
From two different players. Oh, there we go. They got rid of one. So I don't know what time the penalty was exactly. So they're going to have a manual clock because these gentlemen don't know how to reset the penalty clock to the proper time.
Well, now you got Casey centering Guywa and Sidlowski, which is, I guess, power play unit number 1. Sidlowski now with the puck. Cycles it around for Guywa.
Guywa's on the point here.
Well, Strauss went low, and he stayed low.
There we go. I didn't see
it. Up top. The shot, rebound out front, and unfortunately both Dragons were deep there. And Casey
just out-hustled. He just out-hustled the Grand Blanc player to loose puck. You got to love that. You got to love that.
Absolutely. Strauss with a wrist shot, and it's gloved by the Bobcat goaltender, the bully.
Yeah, he's way out of his blue painted area. Make a nice save there. The bully.
That was a bully save.
Dragons got to be real cognizant of Cleary here. You don't want to give up any chances and get that loose puck break free for him to be rocking and rolling with the puck into the Dragon zone.
Line with a quick shot on a face-off win by the Dragons, and Strauss can't handle it, but Casey covers him up. Casey now looking for options. He's going to give it back to Strauss. They're going to switch places. Strauss walks it to the middle. Shot. Once again, the traffic that the Dragons are getting in front of the net is not being very effective right now.
It's not in front of the goalie. It's off to the side, hoping that the puck goes that way. I don't even think Strauss realized he could have skated in another 10 feet.
You know, I'll tell you, I don't think the Bobcats are really putting much pressure on the guy in front. I think Alex needs to set up camp right on the edge of that crease and bother that goaltender.
Well, and the power play unit number 2, Default, does that. He's and there we go again,
another
same play.
Shot from the blue line with not enough traffic. The goalie has clear sight, and he's able to just gather it up and hold on to it like it's a teddy bear.
Yeah, and I'm really kind of surprised by that. How many? I mean, take the puck low, work the power play from behind the goal line.
Absolutely. Line with the puck again. He walks it in. Now over to Strauss. He's going to get in deep. Cross ice pass. Good idea. Did not get through. Good play by Sidlowski in line to keep it in. Over to Strauss. He did a nice job of being patient there. Letting things open up a little bit. Sidlowski can't handle it though, and it's going to go down the ice. 32 seconds left in the Dragons power play, the first power play of the night. And boy, they really want to take advantage of these opportunities, Larry.
Yep, key to the game, number 2, and they've had great possession. They've had a lot of shots, but no scoring chances. That's what we want to see, scoring chances.
Shot by Line. Again, a glove save, wide open, nobody's in front.
And 10 more feet he could have skated in,
look,
Craig.
Look, you don't have to pitch a tent in front of the net to be effective getting traffic in front of the goaltender. You got to read the play. When a puck goes back and your defenseman's clearly going to shoot, guys have got to get to the front of that net and create traffic and confusion for the goaltender and the defenseman.
And deflect the puck.
Absolutely. Now, Kirshner with the face-off win, and that pretty much ate up all of that power play time. It's one thing I've noticed as the season has worn on. Coach Field's been happy to go with primarily just one power play unit. They've had a lot of success with the other unit, but I guess he's just more comfortable with that first unit.
Chappie takes a couple BC two-handers that only Don Cherry'd be proud of.
Now back to Gronowski. He's going to flip it over to Bach, who's got all kinds of time to gather a bouncing puck. Just moves it ahead to Brisky, which I'm not sure why he was parked on the blue line there.
Well, and Bach didn't see Chappie was way open across the rink in the neutral zone near the Grand Blanc bench. And he had a lot of real estate if they could have got him the puck, Craig.
Absolutely. Gronowski loses the puck along the boards, and now the Dragons are fighting to battle back to get it back, and Bach's going to go right up the same side. Now he tries the stretch pass and up the right side for Brisky, but Grand Blanc intercepts. Brisky steps in front, but doesn't stay with his man.
Well, there's a play there where Brisky could have. There's a play there, Craig, where Brisky probably should have just bumped the guy off the puck instead of skating away from him.
Yeah.
He reached for the puck instead of skating to the man, through the man.
Absolutely.
Brisky just gets upended in front of the net.
And he wants to talk to the ref.
Yeah, Norm saw that all the way, and that wasn't.
Defoe with a shot, kicked aside. Good scoring chance there. Good shot on the ice. Tried to go far side, and the goalie made a nice kick save there.
On a turnover by a Grand Blanc defenseman right to Defoe. And there's a turnover by the Dragons.
That's a bad one. Now trying it near side. Stockwell has it for the Dragons. Throws it ahead. Doesn't get through, but secondary battle. He's able to get it in. Gould on the forecheck. Can't quite get there to bother the Grand Blanc breakout, but they're going to ice the puck.
And they're going to wave that off for what reason, I don't know. Clearly an icing.
That is icing. Yeah, I don't understand how you wave that off. You know, in the average hockey fan, or even hockey parent, I don't know if they truly understand how big of a mistake that can be.
Yeah, it can cost you. It can cost you a scoring chance for the opposition.
Absolutely, and it almost did there. DePry loses the puck again. Centering pass knocked away by the Dragons, and they're going to look to change as Defoe tries to pressure the puck in the Grand Blanc end. 83 trying to get control. Over to 18, breaking out. Strauss going to step into him.
Nice
Line
seal.
Steps up.
Nice neutral zone seal off by Captain Strauss.
Zach Line over to Sidlowski. Sidlowski tries the cross ice pass, but hits his centerman Connor Mesta into skate.
Well, here's what Grand Blanc doesn't want is Mesta freewheeling out to the neutral zone. Hook, a big hook there on Mesta, and no call.
Boy, I'll tell you, that was a knee on knee. He stuck his leg right out, Larry.
Yeah, I didn't see the knee. I could tell it was a hook. Now we got
now we got a player down.
Now we got a horrible call there on just the same guy making the same knee on a different player.
And now we've got an injured hockey player, and it's unfortunate that Grand Blanc's decided to play this dirty brand of hockey, and it's really unfortunate that the refs don't take care of making the first call so that a second opportunity to injure a player. And Mr. Casey looks like he's in some significant pain.
And it's the same. And it was the same player, Craig, for Grand Blanc, who hit both guys the exact same way the first time You saw it, I missed it, but that would be Mason Walker, number 7, and you got away with the first one, and you almost got to make that a 5-minute penalty. You almost got to make that an intent to injure.
That's dirty hockey, Larry, and that's a unskilled hockey player move. If you know how to play the game, you understand it, you can skate. You don't make a play like that.
No, you put yourself in a position to make a good play, and instead of doing that, and it's away from the play. Also, that's the other part of the deal. I mean, I don't understand.
Sedlowski to Strauss, over the line. He's going to bring it back to Strauss, but fans on the pass and almost had a 2-on-1 for Grand Blanc, and they get away with an icing. Because I don't think he was across the red line, Larry.
Well, and an interference. So, well, there's no icing because they're killing a penalty.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. My bad.
Work him, and Sedlowski's working him over here with a nice hit along the boards.
Stretch pass up the middle. Guy was flat-footed, but over to Kirshner. Down in deep now for Sedlowski. Back to Kirshner. Boy, he's got an opportunity. There it is. Oh, and Guy won the rebound. Cannot bury it.
2 shots there, Craig.
Point blank scoring chance. Some good patience there by the Dragons, but they're unable to bury the rebound opportunity as the guy was in there pretty tight. If that 5-hole's not open, you're going to have a hard time getting the puck up over the goalie.
I was going to say, very tight. He was in tight and didn't have any other options because there's only one forward deep in the zone.
Now Stockwell's going to take the face-off, wins it over to Sedlowski. Back to the defenseman, Grebe. Sedlowski to Grebe. Wrist shot. Oh, hit the Lake Orion player in front. I think, is that Guywa? Guywa and Stockwell were both in front. I'm not sure who that hit.
I think that hit Guywa in front.
Now Grebe, nice pass over to Stockwell. He's looking for his options. He's going to come back for Sedlowski. Guywa setting up camp in front. He's got some good traffic there. Stockwell's going to move in, try for the tip, and the goalie once again has a good look at that puck.
And that was a better screen attempt by the Dragons on the power play. Guywa was moving around in front of the net. He was moving the whole time, Craig. And I also think Guywa did get a piece of that puck on the deflection.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen both he and Stockwell communicate a little bit better there, because I think if one of them slides over, you know, to the other side, they were both kind of packed in on the same side there.
Right.
You create a little more problems for the goaltender.
Well, I have noticed something tonight, Craig, that you know, unfortunately Drew Casey's a little bit wounded right now. Hopefully he's coming back, but what I did notice is he's winning every draw against Zach Cleary, and he's the only guy beating Cleary on the draws. Yeah, both offensive zone draws by Kirchner were won by Cleary, and
well, I think Mesta's taking the draws.
Oh, has he been taking them?
Yep. But no, I agree with you. I think it is critical to win those faceoffs, and it looks like Drew Casey is headed for the locker room as the trainer checks him out, or at least off the bench area, so they can get a better look.
And we will try to get an update in between periods for the start of the second period as to the status of Drew Casey for the balance of the game for the fans, out there.
Oh, I'm sorry. With a minute to play, the Dragons just avoided a 2-on-1, and I don't know, do we have too many men call on Grand Blanc, or
possibly too many men, or interference off the bench? Don't know.
Looks like we got a penalty though. 56 seconds left in the first period, and we're waiting to see what the call is.
Too many men.
It was too many men for Grand Blanc. It looked like that type of a call is someone was hustling over and jumped off, and when the whistle blew, I didn't see anyone coming on the ice. So typically, even if you can't count to 6, you can kind of use some deductive reasoning.
Yeah, I didn't see it, and you know, and I don't think that the referees in a game like this want to make a call like that. But those calls are, you know, those aren't judgment calls. Those are fact calls. You see it, you call it.
Well, I think this is this not the third power play now?
It's the third power play for the Dragons.
Well, they really need to cash in on this.
So one of our keys to the game was capitalize on special teams, and they haven't done it to this. They haven't done it to this point.
Shot by Line is deflected up into the netting by Guywa. And again, Lake Orion decides to come out with the same group. Strauss, Line, Kirshner, Gaiwa, and Sidlowski, which he's got Kirshner in for Casey on this power play unit. He's able to neutralize the centerman, and Strauss is going to come away with it and throw it in. The Dragons need to get on their horse if they want to control on a dump and chase. All right, back to Line. He's going to shoot. Deflected, loose. Puck's loose. They're battling for it out front. Comes off to the side, and Grand Blanc's going to be able to clear. And number 2 is going to throw it in, and 33's got himself a scoring chance. And it's just knocked away by Lake Orion. I think we got an offsides. And,
yeah, I think so. And my question to that would be, they called that a little bit late because the puck never did come out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That was kind of weird.
I think
it didn't look like a delayed call to me. If you're going to call offsides, you should have blown it right away.
And it looks like the linesman's hair might have gotten his way.
Yeah, Willie Nelson is the head linesman tonight at Detroit Skating Club.
Dragons got one chance here with 11 seconds left on the power play in the first period.
Jordan Strauss in for Gaiwa. He centers it off the side of the cage, and it's going to come all the way out. Now, not a bad look if you got someone going to the net, but time expires now. And the end of the first period, it is Lake Orion Dragons 1 and the Grand Blanc Bobcats 0. We'll come back to the second period with fresh ice and a $1.03 left on the Lake Orion power play. You're listening to Craig Stockwell and Larry Rosen on ONTV's coverage of Lake Orion Dragons hockey. We'll be right back with second period action. Please stay tuned.
Celebrate the arrival of spring and hop on over to the Orion Center on Saturday, March 29th for the 2014 Bunny Bop. Bring a basket to hunt for eggs filled with candy and prizes. Families can enjoy a pancake breakfast or create fun craft projects. And of course, the Easter Bunny will be there for a special photo opportunity. The family-friendly fun starts at 10 a.m. Pre-registration is required. For more information, visit oriontownship.org or call 248-391-0304, extension 305.
Well, we're back at Detroit Skating Club, and before the teams come out for the start of the second period, we wanted to use this time once again to thank our hat trick sponsors. As you know, if you've been following the team this year, the Dragons were able to remodel their locker room, which has been featured on ONTV and is a feature you can catch on the on-demand YouTube link on the ONTV website. So with that, we'll thank our hat trick sponsors, Shane Mold and Engineering, Frank Rewald and Son, Sanovac Service, 51 North Brewing Company, The Klansman, International Industrial Commercial Contracting, Aristio, Aramsco, Vaughn Hockey, HealthQuest Lake Orion, and Complete Tooling Solutions. And we will, looks like we wrapped that up just ahead of the teams coming out, but I see the stripes coming out of the referee's room. And we look to start second period action here shortly, Larry. What do you think about a recap of the first period? You got shots on goal there? I'm not sure if we covered that off before.
Yeah, shots on goal in the first period. Dragons, I got 15, and Grand Blanc has 3. Really, Craig, it was all Dragons. 2.5 power plays so far, and that's where the shots on goal came from. But not quality scoring chances, long shots. Shots that easy for the goalie to handle. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I will say that Mr. Bully has impressed me from a consistency standpoint. He's pretty steady, handles the rebounds well, and doesn't throw too many out in front for easy rebounds. And you're right. When the Dragons have had good scoring chances, I recall a shot by Mr. Defoe near the end of that period on the ice, looking to go far side, and the goaltender was able to make a nice little kick save.
Yeah, and it was, you know, they got another minute on the power play here on fresh ice. Should be interesting. I did get a update on the situation with Drew Casey and the injury, and tough these days in hockey to get a straight answer on anybody. So I got the standard lower body injury.
Well,
and probable return.
Yeah, I guess the good news is I only see 5 guys on the ice, and Mr. Casey's one of them. So it looks like he's going to start this period anyway, and we'll see how that knee holds up. As we're about to drop the puck here for second period action, Lake Orion Dragons up 1-0 on the visiting Grand Blanc Bobcats in pre-regional final here at Detroit Skating Club. Lake Orion able to control the draw. Sidlowski over the line, then back to Strauss. Now down in deep as Casey goes to get it. And I think Mr. Sidlowski's asking, why did I cycle that back if you were just going to dump it in? I could have done that.
Yeah, well, what you got in the second period is crucial, Craig, because this is the long line change here.
And speaking of line, wrist shot just wide of the net. Strauss settles it now. 30 seconds left in the power play. Strauss in the middle. Back to Casey. Over to Sidlowski, quick shot, steered aside by the goaltender Bully. Strauss over the line, he can't handle it as he tried to handle that one delicately on the forehand, and he probably needed to bring that one in on the backhand. Back to line, another penalty for Bobcats as the Grand Blanc faithful get a little upset. And you got a 6-on-4 scenario now with an empty net for the Dragons. And the centering pass doesn't get through, and we'll get a whistle.
And I was busy writing down the shots on goal there, Craig. I didn't see what happened. Little recap on where that penalty came from and who it is.
Well, I didn't see it either. I'm assuming it's a legitimate call based on what we've seen so far out of these guys.
That would be number 83 for a slash. One of the guys from the starting lineup forward, Luke Devereaux.
And another power play now, and you'll see the second power play unit for the Dragons as that first power play had expired while the goalie was pulled. So no 5-on-3 action for the Dragons, but they do get a fresh 2 minutes on the power play, see what the second unit can do. Kirshner, Defoe, Stockwell on the back end. Quick shot by Mesta as he takes a drive off the point. He's out there with Mr. Grebe on the back end with this power play unit.
And that puck went out, that shot was a low shot, went off the heel of the Grand Blanc defender.
Grebe with the puck up at the top. Over to Mesta, quick shot. Rebound, Stockwell can't handle it. Back to Grebe. Quick shot, gets through. Loose. Stockwell is able to gather it as Kirshner kicks it to the corner. Back to Grebe, back to Kirshner. Stockwell and Defoe in front of the net as Defoe gets mugged, but he's not going to go down. Even with he better be careful. He's going to get a cross-checking penalty. Loose puck. Stockwell's able to gather it, and it looks like we got a call.
They're taking them both, Craig. You're taking both 24 and 2, and you know, it's a pretty good call by the referee. They were battling down front. They were both hacking and whacking and whacking and hacking. If you're going to take one, take the other. Make it even up. They both were equally as.
Yep, there's no doubt. It looked to me like Defoe needed to be careful, or he's going to take the sinful offensive zone penalty on a power play, and but luckily he was able to take someone with him. Sidlowski is being held, absolutely mugged in the corner, no call. Quick shot, and it's gloved by the goaltender Bully.
Once again, no traffic in front, and an easy shot for the Bully to handle. And you got to love that battle in front of the net with Defoe, though, Craig. That was just an epic battle, what you want to see.
Strauss with a slap shot, and the Bobcat defender takes one on the shin or the foot, and he's struggling. It must have hit him where there isn't any padding. Over the line, shot wide of the net. Sidlowski gathers, back to Strauss. 40 seconds left on the power play. Back to Strauss in the middle. Over to Sidlowski, can't handle it, but he's going to regather it. And back to Strauss at the point. He can't handle it, and Bobcats are almost off on a breakaway, but Strauss does a nice job of holding his ground.
And the Grand Blanc faithful are just on fire here, yelling at the referees. It's unbelievable.
They sound like an angry mob to our right, Larry.
I would agree with you, Craig.
But I just don't think they understand the game. I mean, you can't come out and play. I think their coach understands. He's not complaining. He knows he's told his kids what to do. They're going to try to get under Lake Orion's skin. They're going to play physical. A couple of the plays have been dirty or borderline dirty. But for the most part, they're just trying to use what they have to stay in this game against a much more powerful offensive unit in Lake Orion, or a more skilled team anyway.
Yep, a nice scoring chance there by Sidlowski. There were guys in front of the net. And
beautiful play by Alex Guywa from behind the net out in front to Drew Casey. And, well, they tried to take him out in the first period, but Mr. Casey is back at bat and is able to put one in for the Dragons.
There you go. And, a lot of that comes from the first shot that we've seen, really, Craig, where you've had guys in front of the net blocking. The goalie he was at his wit's end there. He makes a save on a puck he doesn't see, and nobody moves around. And next thing you know, it comes out, and he's ended up out of position, and Casey puts it in the back of the net.
And the ever precarious 2-goal lead for the Dragons. 13:28 left in the second period. 2-0 Dragons as Gronowski tries to step into number 8. 66 with the puck, shot saved by Logan Aldridge, and he covers up. Good scoring chance by Graham Blanc as Mr. Gronowski goes for the big hit, and 8 spins off, and he's able to regroup and regather the puck. And, boy, nice little scoring chance there for Graham Blanc.
Yeah, sure was. And
on their 4th shot of the game.
Aldridge was up to the task, controlled the rebound beautifully, covered it up. And what I like to see is the defenseman protecting his goaltender there. So pretty good play all around. Now the Dragons got to stay focused here, Craig.
Puck back to the point. They try to throw it in, but the Dragons are not going to clear, but they will clear on the second attempt now. And I'll tell you, Larry, I see that too many times from the Dragons. Light, fluffy passes out of the defensive zone, and that is not a recipe for success.
Absolutely not. They have to move the puck quick, hard, and fast. Is one of the coaches, and I think I've said this before in the broadcast, if you're not sure where to put the puck, that's why God invented glass. High and hard off the glass.
Absolutely. Neutral zone play as Kirshner gets hit from behind into the boards.
Hits and upended here.
By number 8. 66 looks like he's getting a little frustrated as he takes it out on Mr. Bach. Now the Stockwell line back out, and they're saying it's offsides as the Dragons never cleared the zone.
The Dragons didn't even take the puck in the zone. That was brought in their own zone by Grand Blanc, Craig.
Well, Willie Nelson's struggling with the whole blue line situation tonight.
And the lines look pretty visible to me. What do you think, Craig?
Absolutely, I can see them.
It's not like they're worn out or, invisible,
no,
like a figure skating rink.
It's not like we're on Ontario rink at Fraser. And they get in behind the Dragons defense, but we're going to get a icing, which I think is a strange call because didn't we play that puck?
I think we played the puck. I also think it was. Let's not. I guess we'll leave Willie Nelson out of this, but. Very interesting to see. I'm almost thinking that the referees want to take over some of these line calls because this is not going well in the line call department.
Well, and Coach Fields stays with the DeFaw Gould Stockwell line, and they get a quick, nice face-off win and almost a scoring chance there from Mr. DeFaw.
Yeah, and a good hard work on the forecheck and an excellent body check, which was what you like to see out of the big fella at number 24, DeFaw.
Absolutely, as Grieve tries to throw it ahead and didn't really have many options there. As DeFaw steps in, and he's got to bring the puck with him over to Stockwell, and he misses it wide of the net as he tried to go to the backhand.
That's a case of DeFaw, Craig, seeing so much open ice he didn't know what to do, and he tripped over his own feet.
33 now in, it's on a 2-on-1 pass over, and Gould does a nice job of back checking, and number 79 falls down, and we're going to get a penalty call. Wow.
And they're going to call it on the
phantom trip.
And they're going to call it on Aldridge, number 30, the goaltender.
Unbelievable. The kid fell on his own feet, and nobody was anywhere near him, let alone a stick. And they're going to get rewarded with a power play. That's a pretty weak call. But I think you're right. They called it on the goaltender.
Yeah, I guess it was the Phantom's drive-by, and DeFaw's going to serve the 2-minute minor for number 30, goalie Aldridge.
That's got to be a long stick, Larry, because I had him somewhere around the bottom of that left face-off circle when he lost his footing and went down. 54 with a shot, steered aside by Aldridge. Another shot for Grand Blanc. Now you got Chappie, Chappie with Kirshner, Line and Strauss on the kill for the Dragons as they're able to clear it down the length of the ice. minute 40 left in the Bobcat power play. And that was apparently touched.
It was touched. I'm pretty sure it was touched by Grand Blanc.
And Strauss is going to clear that the length of the ice again.
And these are the most important kills here, Craig. The second period kills with the long line change. I'm really wishing Coach Field would have made a line change there when he had the opportunity with the puck deep and a 40-second shift by the two forwards.
Now Chappie's going to do a nice job of holding it along the boards. Comes out now, and Strauss tries to step in and hold it in. Needs to be careful with one hand on the stick not to hold somebody. Big body 54 blocks that, but then the Dragons are able to clear as Chappie and Kirshner look to change. Gould and Mesta, really the top kill unit for the Dragons now on the ice with about 45 seconds left in the period, or in the penalty. Zach Line bothers his man up ahead to Gould. Gets hit from behind and no call.
Now that was he pretty much 79 did on that. I give him credit. He did lay off Craig. He could have creamed him, and he made a pretty safe play and a smart decision by not smoking him.
Mesta steps in, breaks up the play, but 66 walks away with it. Quick shot on the ice, and Aldrich is equal to the task. He's able to make the pad save and cover up quickly with the glove hand.
You got 18 seconds left on the power play for Grand Blanc. Dragons give a couple chances here. One real good chance and one carelessness with the puck right there, and 66 had another shot. You're looking at right now 6 shots by Grand Blanc and 5 by Jack Cleary.
And an important defensive face-off, and the Dragons do not control. Quick shot, steered aside. A little too much friendliness there. Someone needs to take charge to clear that puck. The Dragons almost misplayed that with two guys being a little bit too polite.
Yeah, to an open player right there. The penalty's over, full strength.
Dragons are full strength, and I'll tell you with that, I know Defoe did what he was asked to do and what he was supposed to do coming off the ice, but I'd like those players to be able to make that read when that play's coming down toward your end. Sometimes you just got to jump into play and not allow an odd man situation coming in on your goaltender.
I totally agree with you. I think it's, the play is to give the player direction on what to do, but he has to have a little freedom. Here we go.
Sadowski to Mesta. He settles it. Backhand shot just wide of the net, and he skates right around 14 like he's a pylon. Puck down in the corner. Back up to the point to Grieve. Wrist shot deflected, bouncing puck. 96 picks it up for Bobcats over to number 19 as DePry stands up and clears the zone. And now the Bobcats will change as they dump it in.
Yeah, Craig,
I'm not sure they cleared the zone there.
They didn't clear the zone. Willie Nelson is in a fog. Willie Nelson's had some of his normal stuff. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately on that play, Mr. Casey didn't have numbers, and he made a nice play to try to keep control of the puck. But at the end there, instead of throwing it into the corner, he tried to make a pass to an open wing. Unfortunately, there was nobody there.
Yeah, it was open wing. That's a play, a little communication from the defenders, another forward. A little screaming, take it deep, and wait till you get the numbers. Your man
just dribble something toward the net, right? Throw it in a corner, something, get it in there down near the goal line.
Carry it behind the net. You got nobody in front of you. Just put your shoulder down and wheel wide with it.
Right. Defensive zone face-off won by the Bobcats as Brisky makes a nice hustle play to clear the zone for the Dragons. Now down in deep, Guywa and Chase. 96 reverses nicely to number 33, but he loses control as Kirshner throws it back in for the Dragons. 54 tries it ahead, and Guywa deflects it up into the netting. We'll have another offensive zone face-off, but before that, we'll take care of some business here. DVD copies can be purchased by calling ONTV at 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. For only $10, you can get a copy of not only this game, but any game or program in our broadcast vault. That's DVD copies, 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060. And back to live action here as I guess that face-off, that puck, since it was deflected by Guywa, comes out of the defensive zone for the Bobcats, and they get a blue line face-off. But the Dragons are able to win it, get it in deep, but unable to control.
Nifty play by Gronowski there in the neutral zone, taking the body and the puck, Craig.
Excellent. Yeah, 96 looked like he was going to come away with it, and Matt was able to step up and break that play up very nicely. Puck's down in deep now. Gaiwa chasing number 96 as he comes out from behind the Bobcat net, and Brisky kind of took a flyby at him. That's a tough angle to go straight at a guy when he's got speed.
Yeah, Gaiwa's been a forechecking fool tonight here, Craig. I'm really impressed with his game and his tenacity on the forecheck. Even though he's not getting a lot of scoring chances out of the deal, he's really working hard.
Absolutely. As Gronowski steps up, Defoe is going to clear the zone, and now the puck goes in off sides as the Bobcats have to clear. Gronowski with the puck, throws it ahead for Stockwell, doesn't get through.
You got too many men, or a hand pass.
A hand pass.
Didn't see it. But Willie Nelson seemed to.
Well, he saw something.
I tell you, I saw too many men on the ice again as Grand Blanc was falling over the boards to get in and out of the rink here.
I think Willie Nelson might be seeing 3 or 4 hands on every person. He's certainly seeing a couple different blue lines because he's made some curious calls around the lines tonight. Puck gets cleared up into the Grand Blanc bench, and we'll probably do it all again right there just to the right of the Dragon goaltender, as I don't think that one got deflected. And
Zach Line put it straight up into the bench area.
Exactly what we're going to get. Gould on the face-off against number 66. As the Dragons, 5:58 left in the second period, are holding on, or trying to hold on to a 2-goal lead, 2-0. Dragons, it's really been all Dragons from a pressure standpoint. There's nice clearing pass up ahead for Defoe, and that's going to be offsides, as that's the right call too.
Sure was.
Defoe couldn't get back to the right side of the blue line.
He lost his footing, and that was an outstanding play by Strauss there on the shot, on the icing shot. Strauss saw the guy with his head down, took a little liberties, and knocked him flat on his can. Nice to see some physical play out of your captain.
Absolutely. Face off into the corner, and Grand Blanc's going to control as they come out, but Strauss intercepts at center ice, tries it to the far side to Stockwell. He can't chip it in. Back to Strauss. He looks ahead to Defoe. He's going to chip it ahead. Defoe is able to win that battle and throw it in deep. Gould and chase. Defoe with the puck behind the net. Oh, nice little nifty pass between the legs. And unfortunately, nobody was there. Boy, that would have been a highlight goal if there was someone there in front for the Dragons. That would have been a tough one to stop.
Yeah, it was a really nifty play because his whole body was away from the play, and he just made a nice play behind his back.
Now Gould with the puck behind the net, and I think he just made the wrong choice there.
He
looked
sure
like
did.
He could have reversed to open ice. He came right back to where the Bobcats were stacked up.
Well, Strauss made a great play on the reversal to him, and then he didn't take the open ice area to take the puck. He took it where the traffic was.
Which is kind of strange, being I'm not picking on him, but being right-handed, you think you just turn and wheel and look for that open ice going the other way. But anyway, we're back into the defensive zone here, and 66 tries a centering pass. Unfortunately, he can't pass to himself.
Zach Line's had a very strong game so far tonight with some physical play. And there's a play you don't like to see is your forward taking the puck, Sidlowski, towards his own net.
Well, I'll tell you what I didn't like about that play the most, Larry, other than him trying to make a real difficult play. Good shot, though. He made up for it. He's looked a little determined there. Is that he was the last guy back.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
And you have to recognize that.
You can't have the puck carrier the last guy back, even if he's a defenseman. You certainly don't want a forward being the last guy back unless there's 5 seconds left and you're trying to get the equalizer and you're throwing everybody at the net.
I would tend to agree with you, Craig. And it's just not a play you want to see when you got room along the boards. Chip it off the boards, get it out of the zone. As you said, you're the last guy back, which means your defenseman already broke the zone.
Absolutely. 3:46 left in the second period. 2-0 Lake Orion Dragons. Face off won by the Dragons. Casey tries a shot, but it hits the shaft of a Bobcat stick, and here come the Bobcats. Number 96 wide, tries a backward pass. That's a dangerous pass, and here come the Dragons. And Mesta's wide open in the middle. He shoots, and it's saved by the goaltender. A little late, a little tardy on that pass, Larry.
Just a great play, though. You got to love the patience and the outstanding play. This goaltender is quite the bully tonight, Craig.
Absolutely. He's very bullish in the net. And I'm sorry, Grieve. I keep wanting to call Grieve Gold for some reason tonight. Maybe it's because his name starts with G. I don't know.
I don't know, but you know, as you like to say, the Dragons' forecheck is extremely saucy tonight.
Saucy, or is it salty?
I think it's saucy. So
there you go. Well, it's certainly where you want it to be. They've been consistent with it. They need to keep it going to take care of the game here. Number 2 with a shot from the point.
And a great save by Aldridge. Really one of their finest scoring chances. And only the second shot by somebody other than Jack Cleary.
And 2 guys. The Bobcats are doing a nice job on the forecheck themselves. They don't have a lot of team speed, but they're playing really gritty. And that last play there, the Dragons were unable to break out because 2 guys were hard on the puck and broke it up for the Bobcats there, giving them an opportunity. Now the Dragons in the offensive zone. 66 tries it around. Nice hold in by Gronowski as he throws it in deep.
Yeah, Gronowski made a nice play there. He bailed a little early but was able to regain his balance and keep the puck in.
And the Bobcat player gloves it out, but then the Dragons are able to throw it back in deep. Brisky now coming across. Bothers 18 as Gronowski gets stepped into. He's not going to like that, and that's going to be offsides. Well, that's all about leverage on a play like that. And number 18 had the low center of gravity.
It was funny. I was watching some highlights at home, the same type of play, where I think it was an Edmonton forward was coming down with the puck, and the St. Louis defenseman went to hip check him, and the forward put his shoulder down and ran over a perfect hip check. It was something you don't usually see in the NHL, but it was unbelievable. Yeah. Similar play. Center of gravity is the guy with the better center of gravity is going to win the battle.
Every time. Bobcats break out now, pass ahead to Stockwell as he gets stepped into at the blue line. Did a nice job of recognizing that pressure coming, but couldn't control the puck, but the Dragons do throw it in. Now it's back out to neutral ice. Strauss now regathers it back in on net. Ooh, there's a big bounce. There's a misplayed puck by the goaltender, and the Dragons are in business here if Gould can set something up. Back to Strauss. Throws it, tries to throw it to the middle and gets deflected. And boy, that was a golden opportunity there. I thought the Bobcats were broken down defensively.
Yeah, so did I. He went to the universal save technique and it cost him as it came hard off the paddle, and the Dragons were just not on the doorstep to take advantage of that big rebound.
Yeah. Gould now at center ice, throws it ahead to Stockwell. Backhands it ahead, but unfortunately to a Bobcat player. Back to Stockwell. Moves it ahead to Strauss. Strauss tries it ahead for Defoe. There's a lot of traffic along these boards on the near side. Defoe battling, 33 seconds left in the period. Strauss with the puck.
Nifty play.
And they throw it in deep. Smart play by Gould to get that puck in deep. 24 seconds left as they try to close out the second period.
Here's a charge that they just got away with. But let me tell you something, Craig. I'm liking Defoe's game here tonight. He's really mixing it up and playing smart hockey. Big physical guy doing a nice job for the Dragons.
Whoa, and a dangerous, nice pass or shot pass by Line that gets through on a bad angle, and the goalie had a hard time handling it. 2 seconds left. Casey's going to shoot. Steered aside by the goaltender, Bully. And it's 2-0, the end of the second period. 2-0 Lake Orion Dragons here in the pre-regional final. And the Dragons stand 2 goals in 17 minutes away from a possible rematch with Rochester United. I know United was up 3-1 on Dakota in the other game that's going to decide our regional final on Saturday.
Well, that ought to be some fun.
What do we got for shots there, Larry?
Well, the Dragons, we got 11, 2-period total of 26. And for Grand Blanc, 4 with a 2-period total of 7. It's been tilted in the way of the Dragons. You just are wishing they would have capitalized a little bit more on those 4 power plays. And be up 4-0 instead of 2-0, Craig, but we got third period action right around the corner.
Absolutely. I think the team defense and goaltending certainly has held the Bobcats in this game, as they've been completely dominated from a pressure standpoint. Well, there it is, the end of the second period, 2-0 Lake Orion Dragons. We're going to step away as the Zamboni clears the ice, and we will be, when we come back, we will have third period action for you here at Rink C at Detroit Skating Club. Stay tuned on ONTV.
Celebrate the first day of spring and bring your family to Orion Township's Growing Green Expo, featuring local vendors offering green products, services, and information. Learn about greening your home and improving your lawn and garden. Pick up information on energy efficiency and conservation. Take part in hands-on activities. Drop off your used batteries, light bulbs, scrap metal, and electronics for recycling. Bring in documents for shredding. Donate old eyeglasses and hearing aids. The event and parking are free to the public. The Growing Green Expo takes place on Wednesday, March 19th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Orion Center, located at 1335 Joslin Road. For more information, visit oriontownship.org or call 248-391-0304, extension 306.
Really could be looking at a bigger margin here if they were fortunate to cash in on one of those.
Yeah, I'd say you're right there, Craig. They got to stay focused and keep doing what's got them this lead.
Keep playing that smart hockey, being aggressive, getting it deep, and trying to keep it deep when you get it there. Nice play by Sidlowski. He takes a shot. Nice save by the goaltender.
Outstanding save.
I don't know if did he get that off the stick side shoulder and then into the glove? It kind of looked like that to me.
It looked like stick side shoulder, and he just kept it sealed in his gear. I don't think if it ended up in his glove, it's because he dropped it there.
Yeah, he's a solid goaltender.
And a freshman.
Wow, fantastic. Well, they might have discovered him later in the season, because I know the last game we saw the other goaltender, the bigger guy, and he was a decent enough goaltender, but Bully's really played well tonight.
He sure has. He's seen a lot of rubber.
And nice chip ahead by, I think it was Drew Casey throwing that puck ahead. And Nesta's going to come away with it, as 83 kind of was nonchalant there in the corner, a little lackadaisical. Casey steps into the middle, and unfortunately, well, nice play by Sidlowski to try to regather, but here comes 66 with number 8 going with him as they throw it in, and a big rebound off of Logan Aldrich. I'll tell you that that was a nothing shot play at the blue line, but 66, he's got a heavy shot, and he's accurate with it, and got a nice rebound opportunity there for number 8.
That should be an icing, Craig, but was not called. Oh, a tough pass as it knocked his stick out of his hand.
And that puck's going to clear the zone as number 2 can't handle it. Throws it in now, and Greaves going to come away with it for the Dragons. Up ahead to Chappie. Throws it in deep. Smart play by the sophomore, Jake Chappie. As Guywa bangs away a little bit at the side of the net, and way late coming in as the Bobcat player, as Norm appears to be looking for his car keys there on the side of the net.
You always got to, you take care of Norm and I take care of Stewie, so.
My goodness, I mean, it wasn't a violent hit, but it was well late. I thought the teams were about to head to the locker room.
And Norm's looking for his car keys?
Guywa now tries to play it ahead, but Seven's able to regather it from his feet. Up ahead to number 2. Kirshner, fortunate not to get a high stick there or a hook or something. He was a little loose with his stick there.
Yeah, he was. And the Dragons lucked out a couple plays there because
wow, Bad decision there.
Was a bad decision. Dragons lucked out because they had both defensemen going behind the net and no forward picking up the slot man.
Well, late pass up the middle. It's just like the NFL. It's just you just don't do it. And Alex Guywa trying to gather it now, throws it in deep for his wing partner Chappie. Kirshner has it in the corner. He's going to cycle it back down deep again for Chappie. Jake settles it ahead to Kirshner. He just can't finish.
Nice play by Chappie.
Another missed one-timer. Boy, I'll tell you, you just got to sell out on that play, Larry. Guys just, I don't think, a lot of times players don't understand what that means, but you just have to bear down, and no matter what happens, you get the blade on that, you get a good shot off, right?
Get the puck.
And so many times they look up. It's like, I don't know if they're trying to see how pretty the goal is or you know what, but take your eye off the puck, and that's the best way to fan on a shot.
And you see it in football. The receiver looks before he catches it, and it hits him in the hands, and he drops it.
Little bouncing puck just to the side of the net. If that was on net, that could have been a dangerous play there by Mr. Bach. Gronowski now settles it, tries it ahead, but no one there for the Dragons as Defoe tries to chip it ahead. Here come the Bobcats. A little deflection off the skate. Now number 7 in the corner for Grand Blanc. Bach
working him over.
Nice battle, gets ahead of him.
Nice seal off by Bach there.
And Gronowski's in to help out. Up ahead to Stockwell. 83's all over him, coming down from the point. Now back for Gronowski. He moves ahead. Gronowski with the puck, and they're going to go off sides. Defoe just a step, half step ahead as Matt Gronowski tries to stick handle into the offensive zone.
Yeah, Defoe could have held up. I think Gronowski could have gone in a little harder. Just a play that you see often. It's a chance play. Well, if it works, he's in 2-on-1.
And I think it was kind of like one of those when you're walking down the hall and you're walking right at someone and you both try to avoid each other going the same way. Yeah. They kind of got in their own way. So I think there was a little bit of this way or that way, and that's what forced them off. Now the puck's thrown in deep by Connor Mesta. Sidlowski up the near side, steps into it. Casey with the puck, looking to center.
Nifty fake there.
Stop move by Drew Casey. Back to Sidlowski, and a quick pass, but nobody's there. And 96 is going to come away with it for the Bobcats as he steps around Strauss, who got caught watching the puck there, which is pretty unusual. He's usually looking to play the body, so we'll give him a pass on that one, but you got to play the steady play there.
You sure do. You just got to take the body. And there was a back checker, and Line was able to help him out, and no harm done.
Oh, Casey knocks it ahead, and I don't know if we actually got out of the zone there, but Willie Nelson's going to let that one go.
Yeah, I think it was a good play. I think they did clear.
And here comes 96 again as Line tries to step into him. Puck in deep. Strauss with 96. Stick in the back of his head. Redirect right in front. Puck's loose.
Oh, great save by.
And banging away. I mean, how many bangs? That's pretty unusual when you see a guy get 3 or 4 shots at a goaltender while he has the puck covered.
Yeah,
with no arm going up on a referee.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking is Norm had clear sight of the puck, and that's why they didn't blow it dead. But good save on a deflection by Aldridge, and a pretty nice play by Grand Blanc. The Dragons got to put their foot on the gas here and not play defense. They got to. Yeah, they got to come. They got to take the play to Grand Blanc, which is what they've been doing the whole game. They can't let it be brought to them.
I think you're absolutely right. And I think, the second half of the second period, the Bobcats were really wearing down. So that break, the intermission, they caught their breath a little bit. They come out. They know what they got to do. They got an uphill battle. They're coming out with all the energy. And they score! How about that? As I was about to lull you to sleep, little backdoor play, centering pass, and I didn't see who buried it. Was it Kirshner?
Yeah, it was Kirshner, and what you got with Kirshner was a pretty nifty play, Craig, because I was watching the whole play, kind of a little cycle in the right, on the right boards, and Kirshner kind of lulled the goalie. What he did was he slid behind the goalpost. Goalie moved away thinking the puck was still behind the net, and he slid back out, took the pass, banged it home. Well, it was really a nifty play by Kirshner without the puck.
Well, if you're a Dragons fan, that's what you're looking for right there, that third goal. The goal is scored by Mark Kirshner, 23. Wow, assisted by number 12, Alex Guywa, who just took an elbow right to the chin and no call. Unbelievable.
We got a call here.
Yeah, it's against the Dragons. But, wow, what an unbelievable cheap shot to let go. 96, left his feet, came across right in Guywa's face with an elbow and extended his arms fully. Wow. And there was no call.
I didn't see that. I was busy. I was busy looking at my notes here, Craig, and shots on goal. But, you know, you don't think, you know, the referees are going to let him go tonight and probably let the Dragons, let Grand Blanc get away with one or two. But if it's as blatant as you said it was, you can't let those go where somebody can get hurt.
Yeah, that's an injury call in my estimation. Well, big penalty kill here for the Dragons as they just extend to a 3-goal lead. They certainly do not want to get back into a 2-goal scenario. Played ahead now by Line, who clears it all the way down the length of the ice. 10:40 to play in the game, and about 1:40 left in the power play as the Bobcats move it back up through center ice and down into the corner. And a couple of Bobcats got together on the near side. I'm not sure if 83 was asking 33 out on a date or what was going on.
Looks
there.
like they both tripped over the blue line. You know, one thing I noticed, Craig, you know, Brisky's had a really strong game. He took a penalty there. It's 3-0. You know, I watch a lot of the Dragons. You know, we do a lot of games. I'd like, you know, Mr. Brisky, who's had a good game, a nice season, to go to the penalty box, take his medicine, but he always seems to want to chirp a little bit, which gets you nowhere and sends the wrong message for the next go-around when the referee sees you do something.
Yeah, certainly. Those are the kind of plays, even on a scoring play, where you look at a guy in football like a Barry Sanders. You know, that's the kind of approach you want to see with stuff like that.
Especially in a game like this, where the call's the call. It's already made. Here you go. Make this call, Craig.
Gould, one-on-one, walks in, wrist shot loose, rebound, gets his own rebound, throws it right through the crease. Good hustle play. Good play ahead by Connor Mesta to set Gould up on a nice one-on-one opportunity. And I'll tell you, Larry made a really nice first shot to give himself a rebound chance. And, boy, a little more patience. He might have had the opportunity to just kind of stuff that in the side. I think the goalie was down and was not going to be able to recover.
Yeah, but he just made a nice play altogether in neutral zone on the penalty kill, which is, you know, that's a good scoring chance on the penalty kill. What else can you ask for? 3-0 game, 9 minutes left.
9 minutes left in the hockey game, and it's a 3-0 Lake Orion lead as the Brisky, Kirshner, and Chappie line still out there. Now moved ahead for Brisky. Tries to throw it in deep, but isn't able to as the defense, Lake Orion defense, almost get caught in a change, but nice little poke check by Matt Gronowski.
Nice play.
Past to Chappie. Caught by the goaltender Bully as Brisky gets stepped into and hit with a stick, and Brisky's going to take another penalty on shooting his mouth off.
Well, this is what I just talked about this, Craig, a few seconds ago. These are the games where anything can happen. Any little plays can turn the table, can turn the momentum for the Dragons. He just got a 10. I mean, come on. How many times do we have to watch that? And this young man is a good player.
This is why, as a coach, and I'm not criticizing what just happened, but it's pretty rare when I like to send the player right out of the penalty box back onto a shift. Bring him to the bench, sit him down, let him know, you know, what we're doing here. It's a 3-goal lead. You got 8.5 minutes left, and you're breathing life into an opponent who's on their last leg.
And it's an elimination game. You're a senior. This could be your last game.
It's really a bad situation when you take a penalty. It's not even in the context of the game. It's because you can't control your temper and your mouth, and you say something inappropriate, and you get 2 minutes for it.
Right, and I can't reiterate enough. This is a valuable player to the Dragons when he's on the ice.
Absolutely.
It's not like he's a guy that is a 4th or 5th liner that never sees quality playing time.
Absolutely.
And this was this is also a time for your captain to step up and say, dude, you can't do this stuff. You can't put a short man. This is too important.
Absolutely, and it's a critical kill here. A minute 26 left. The Dragons have done pretty well so far. 8 throws it down in, and instead of making a pass, just throws it into the corner, and the Dragons are going to be able to clear.
You know, ironically enough, Craig, it's almost as if Grand Blanc has thrown the towel in here. Jack Cleary is not on the ice.
Not on the ice. There's really no puck control whatsoever with this group right now. Now they're settling it in the corner, down in for 96. 18 tries to cut to the net, up to the point. 14 is going to shoot, and it misses wide, and Aldrich is able to cover up the side of the goal. Number 8 down in deep for 96. He shoots, blocked by Grebe, and he's going to throw it the length of the ice.
You know, I've been very impressed with number 7, Grebe's game, Craig. Played very solid defense. They don't ask for a lot out of him offensively. Just played a nice, solid game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, 6:50 to play. 23 seconds left on the Bobcat man advantage, and Lyon's going to come around the back end and throw the puck around the glass, and they're able to chip it out, cleared by Kirshner.
Yeah, we just missed a really nice big hit by Chappie, forcing Grand Blanc to cough the puck up in the offensive zone. 4 seconds to go. Power play is now over, Craig. Another kill by the Dragons.
We'll see if he comes back on the ice or goes to the bench this time. And he's going to go to the bench, and here comes Casey.
No, I thought
Gaiwa.
So did he get unsportsmanlike? Was that the call there, Craig?
Just an unsportsmanlike 2 minutes, yep. And one-timer fanned on by number 79. That very well could have made it a 2-goal lead.
That wasn't a shot on goal there, was it, Craig?
I'm not sure if it got through to him. He kind of fanned on it. Strauss around his own net, moves it ahead, and now he's going to throw it in deep. He was wearing 33 like a second sweater. Here comes number 10, Chappie, tries the centering pass, hits the back of the net. Strauss now tries to throw it in deep, and Gaiwa steps into his man, and almost could have been a hit from behind, but he was turned sideways, so I think it's a good no call, but that was real close.
Yep, I'd agree with you there, Craig. But you know what I'm liking, let's point out a couple Dragons had some solid games tonight. They're defensive guys. Jake Chappie's played a strong game, had a good scoring chance. I think he had so much room in front of him, he didn't realize he had 3 more strides he could have taken.
Absolutely. Now 5:25 left. Now that some penalty time has been killed, it looks like the Dragons are happy to be full strength again. Nice shot, quick shot by Gould on the face-off. And we're going to do it all over again, just to the right of the Grand Blanc netminder.
And just as we talked about, the Dragons got to be putting the foot on the gas. You got to play these games to win and not to lose, and not play to not lose. And that's what the Dragons just started to do when we mentioned it. They decided that this is their game, and they've got full control right now.
Absolutely. Well, he almost had a nice little scoring chance there. Mr. Defoe tried another slick little kind of behind the back pass, but it did not get through. Now the puck goes off of Mr. Gould and pops up into the trapper of number 30, Logan Aldrich.
Yeah, there was a play there at the blue line where I was wishing young number 9 Stockwell would have played the body there instead of gone for the puck. But other than that, it's been a pretty solid game for him as well.
And up ahead off the glass by Gronowski. I think this is going to be icing. Stockwell made a nice effort to get down there to get to it, but wasn't going to be able to catch up to that puck. Well, 4:49 left. It's a 3-0 Lake Orion lead, and I've got an interesting statistic to share with the crowd, but I'm going to wait until after this clock is expired, so I don't want to be that guy.
So you're going to wet our whistle with a little bit of salty attitude.
There you go. There you go. Well, this game certainly started out a little salty, but the Dragons kind of took over, and it's become kind of Blanc City ever since, as they've really dominated the Bobcats up to this point. Shot by Bach, well wide of the net, as Gronowski tries to hold it in, and he will. Just up ahead now to the Bobcat player, number 19. He throws it to the center. It's knocked away by Stockwell. Puck's thrown in now, knocked down by the Dragons defenseman Bach and thrown ahead for another icing.
Yeah, that's a play there where the icing's probably not your best play. Bach could have just shoveled it off the glass and had to come out to the neutral zone, but icing's not a bad play. 4:19, 3-0 game. Get a full line change out here, get fresh legs.
Well, I think he tried that off the glass. I think it might have caught a stanchion and kind of shot down the ice. I'm not sure he thought that angle was gonna result in an icing, but either way, I agree with you. It's not going to kill you in this situation. Casey comes out like he shot out of a cannon. We got a breakaway for Drew Casey. He walks in. And we have a I can't see it. It's not a goal called by Norm.
Wow.
Even though the puck's in the back of the net.
The puck was in the back of the net.
The back of the net is not good enough, and that's not a goal. Wow. Well, it's not the first one that Norm's missed, and it won't be the last.
I can't, we happen to see a former Dragons coach here, and I can tell you, Pat Cherry's seen a lot more missed calls by Norm than anybody in this building.
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
There's countless goals that Norm's missed, blown whistles too early, and it's.
Puck's thrown in deep, just wide of the cage by DePry. I'm sorry.
And here we go, Craig. Finally, we're going to hear the Dragons faithful get into the game at a 3-0. You'd like to think that your fans are your sixth man.
And Mesta up the near side. He's going to take it wide around the net. 66 and chase. Clary. Well, nice one-timer by DePry, and the goaltender has trouble holding it, but he's able to get on top of it with the pads and get a whistle.
Well, and that's what we were talked about earlier with one of our other players. Put your shoulder down, take the puck behind the net.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the right play, and it resulted in a nice one-timer on the pass back to the point.
And when you do that, there's one most important thing. You don't give up possession of the puck. The other team can't score if you have the puck.
Absolutely. Well, the Kirchner line back out for the Dragons with Chappie on the right wing and Guywa on the left wing as they reverse roles. I guess they're looking for that one-timer opportunity. You got Line and Strauss on the back end for the Dragons. Kicked it back for quick shot by Guywa, gets deflected. Boy, that's a shot we'll take most times. Got that howitzer. You'd like to see him get that one through the legs and be a good scoring chance there. Yeah,
another solid game. It'll be tough to pick some stars tonight. It's a tough one tonight because the Dragons have just played a pretty solid game, and I gotta give it up to the salty dog, Nick Field. The strategy.
Yeah.
The salty dragon.
Absolutely.
The strategy tonight.
Well, I got to tell you, who are our goal scorers? We had Sedlowski scored one, right, off the face-off.
Casey and Kirchner.
Casey and Kirchner, okay. Kirchner had the rebound goal, and Casey had the first goal? So if it stands.
No, Sedlowski had the first goal. Casey had the goal at the beginning of the second period, I think.
Oh, okay, you're right. Oh, and here comes Kirchner walking in. Wrist shot knocked away by the defenseman, number 54, and here comes 96 up the right side for Grand Blanc. He's going to throw it in. We used to call this, with my old coaching colleague, Rich Wadnicki, we used to call that dump and change. Guywa with the wrist shot, and he hit somebody's leg.
Yeah, it hit a leg in front of the Grand Blanc defender. Oh, and there's the biggest dive of the year if I've ever seen one.
That's that Jeff call from
Jeff. No, there's a hook, and you know what?
Got his money's worth there.
He sure did. And I think what Guywa doesn't understand is
there's 2:24 left in the game.
There's 2:24 left, but he's also one of the fastest kids in the rink, and he had a zone and a half to catch the guy, and he probably would have.
Yeah, you probably could just keep skating and not reach out with your stick and haul a guy down. But, hey, you know what? Everybody's up for a challenge, and we've seen enough of that third line anyway, so we might as well take some penalties and kill this thing 4-on-5.
But what you...
Or 6-on-4 because they're going to pull their goalie.
Had it not been that situation, Guywa had numbers back. They talk about that all the time. Look and see what your situation is. You had two defensemen back. It was a 2-on-2. You don't need to you don't need to take that guy.
Well, with the break in the action, let's take care of some business here. Have you ever wanted to make your own TV show or operate a camera for a live sporting event? Well, ONTV can make it happen. Your first step, though, is to sign up for orientation. It's free and offers you a look behind the scenes of ONTV. Call 248-693-3377 or 248-393-1060 for more information. Well, I'm not sure. This must be a full timeout. It's not a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, I think we got a Grand Blanc timeout, and I think you're right, Craig. It's 2:24, 3-0. Smart money says that Grand Blanc with an offensive zone face-off should be pulling their goalie because they got a heck of a deficit to make up here in the last 2:24.
Well, I don't know if you've caught it yet, Larry, but BT Sports is an ONTV show, and it's between Torminas. And if you're a fan of sports talk and just plain zaniness, then tune in to Between Torminas, a different kind of sports talk show. New episodes air live Monday at 6 p.m. right here on Public Access Comcast Channel 10, AT&T UVerse Channel 99. Also check ONTV program guide at Orion, ONTV.org for other airtimes that best suit your viewing schedule.
No, I haven't had a chance to see that, Craig, but I'm wondering if we know anybody we can get on that show, maybe get interviewed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. I caught one of the episodes. They were talking to some of the basketball players for Lake Orion, and it was pretty funny. The kids seemed a little uncomfortable, but it was a fun show. Oh, and a good scoring chance for Grand Blanc, and boy, they really got Logan scrambling.
They sure do, but
Plugged aside.
Out of that scramble.
Empty net for Grand Blanc. 6-on-4 here with the penalty, and 83 is able to hold it in for Grand Blanc. Tries it ahead to 54. He holds it in, and 66 is right where we want him.
Another nice save.
Another save, and now he won't cover. And the Dragons
what a flourish.
Strauss makes an incredible diving stop and knocked ahead, not cleared, and the shot is missed by Grand Blanc. Minute 15 left. All kinds of pressure for the Bobcats as trying to get a freeze, and Logan Aldrich finally able to hold on to the puck and get a freeze here with 1:08 left, and I think Coach Field's going to call a timeout and figure out if he's going to stay with the same four or put some fresh legs on the ice.
Well, that was an outstanding flourish by Grand Blanc. They threw the kitchen sink at him, and it's the kitchen sink still on the ice. But you had 3 outstanding saves by Aldridge, a couple bouncing pucks that got away, and an outstanding sliding save by number 15, Jordan Strauss. Unbelievable last minute of play so far, Craig.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Well, yeah, and I was liking it. You got Coach Field taking a penalty here, or taking the timeout, get his troops rested, and go right back at it. And another defensive zone faceoff for the Dragons. The importance of winning this draw and getting the puck out of the zone is you can't say how important that is. I think we're going back with the same four, which would be Line and Strauss, I would think. And looks like you got Chappie. No, it isn't Line and Strauss. You got Chappie, Kirchner, Bach, and Grebe on the ice. So this is an interesting lineup for Coach Field after the timeout, but I'm thinking they get one clear, you'll see the defensive pairing change. Craig, what do you think?
Yep, you got, like you said, well, and a nice win by Kirchner, and they're going to clear it. It's got a chance just wide of the cage as Mr. Bach almost picks up a 200-foot goal. Here comes 66 with the puck. He moves it up to 54, and that's chipped up into the arms, the waiting arms of Coach Nick Field. You
know, and there is an advantage. You know, people say, what kind of advantage is having a penalty? Well, the best part of having a penalty late in the period is you can ice the puck and there's no whistle.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is the one benefit. 28 seconds left on the power play for the Bobcats. And quickly, we have an offsides that I think the Dragons bench called.
No, the referee called it because because
Willie
Nelson dropped his car keys.
Well, he was busy dropping the puck, man. He had his hands full.
He was admiring his puck drop is what he was doing.
There you go. He thought it was a brownie. And 15 seconds left in the power play for the Bobcats. 35 seconds left in the game. 3-0 Lake Orion. 66 tries it, and Kirshner blocks it and clears it out to center ice. The penalty's going to expire. The Dragons are now full strength, and you got a 6-on-5 situation with the empty net. And here come the Bobcats, number 8, off to the side of the net. And Mr. Aldrich trying to hang on to that shutout here in a flurry. 13 seconds left, and the Dragons are almost to the regional final. And that puck goes into the corner. 7 seconds left. Up ahead to 66. A shot, and they score! 3 seconds left. Can you believe 2.19 seconds left, and the shutout is thwarted.
Is thwarted
by a flurry by the Bobcats with the goaltender pulled.
Yeah, and it was ironic. It was a deflection, Craig, off the foot of number 66, who really had nothing to do with the play.
Absolutely. We'll go mobile with ONTV anytime. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on your mobile devices. Connect with ONTV, and there's the drop of the puck here. 2 seconds left. Time expires, and right here at Detroit Skating Club in our final broadcast of the year and an extra playoff broadcast, our first playoff broadcast, another Lake Orion win, exacting revenge from last year's ouster from the MHSAA Playoffs. A 3-1 Lake Orion win. And they will face off Saturday at the Onyx in Rochester against Rochester United for the regional championship and a shot to play in the state quarterfinals. What do we got for final shots on goal there, Larry?
Final shots, the Dragons had 9 for a game total of 35, and Grand Blanc had 8 for a game total of 15. And of Grand Blanc's 8, 5 were in the last minute and 47 seconds with the goalie pulled in a 6-on-4 game. And we got some stars here for you tonight, Craig. And I'm thinking, unfortunately, you can't give a whole team a star. If you could, the Lake Orion team defensively would win a star tonight, but they don't allow us to do that. So the number 3 star tonight is going to be Grand Blanc's goalie, Mr. Bully. Outstanding game, 35 shots, stopped 32 of them. Number 2 star defenseman for Lake Orion, Zach Line, did his job, did what we talked about in the pregame. And what do you think his first star, Craig?
Well, I really liked the effort and the comeback from a scary injury by Mr. Casey, but I gotta go with the alternate captain, number 16, Ryan Sidlowski. Got the game-winning, or got the first goal. Actually, Mr. Casey had the game-winning goal after that late goal by the Bobcats, but got the scoring started in the first period. Nice cut to the net off a face-off, good wrist shot, and he played a solid game all night long, and I think he's pretty dynamic offensively, creating some opportunities for the Dragons.
I would agree with you, Craig, and it's a good game by all the Dragons, and the stars well-deserved. And can't say enough about the game plan that Coach Field and his staff put together to keep Mr. Cleary in check. And it was a great game, and I'd like to thank you, and it's been a great time broadcasting. Look forward to next year. Hopefully we come back. I'd like to thank Joe, who runs this whole gig for us. For ONTV, he's done a great job, and we really appreciate him coming out and allowing us to do this for the community.
Absolutely, I echo those sentiments, Larry. And well, with that, once again, the final score here: Lake Orion 3, Grand Blanc 1, as the Dragons advance to the regional finals for, I believe, it is the 4th. It might be the 5th time, but I think it's the 4th time in the last 5 years. It might be the 5th in the last 6, but I'd have to recheck my math there. But at least 4 times in the last 5 years, the Dragons have made it to the regional finals. Here once again, they're going to take on Rochester United, who won 4-1 tonight against Macomb, Dakota. And it's at the Onyx. I'm not sure, 8 o'clock start, I believe. But should be a great game. These two teams have played absolute classic hockey games this year, and this will be 3rd time as a charm for the Dragons, hopefully, and shot at the quarterfinals. And
it always seems that the regional final for the Dragons is always one heck of a intense, loud, crazy game. wherever it is. And it's just fun to watch. Hope that we get a lot of fans out there, and it should be a great game, and I think I'll be there Saturday as well.
All right, absolutely. Thank you very much, Larry. And we're signing off here from Detroit Skating Club, 3-1 Lake Orion, and enjoy your baseball season.
There you go.
We're heading on to the next round of the playoffs, and hopefully a long run to CompuWare. Take care.